why is enlightenment impermanent? Well, based on the personal experience, the personal mind, the personal body, which is reborn or revitalized or reignited by this state of enlightenment, it can say this: enlightenment is a state. All states are impermanent, apart from the state of being. The state of being is the state of contentment. The state of contentment is placid, flat line. I'm not talking about in the hospital when the machine goes up and down. Flat line means dead. Living flat line, you see. Living the flat line. You see, the idea is not to attain something that is permanent. You see, the idea is to understand your permanence. The idea of all states of mind is to continually direct its seeing, its observing, its pointing at you, the seer. The seer seeing. The seer is the impermanent. The seeing is the permanence. You're not separate. You're not one or the other. So what we call death is when the seer dissolves into its own seeing. That is why I like near-death experiences. So it's a continuation of seeing. But there's no clarification, no knowledge about who you are that is seeing. Because the seer is no more. But it's not dissected from the seeing. The seeing continues and carries the seer for eternity. So how many seers are in your seeing, you see? And this human life is a clue. You see billions of people. They're all seers. You happen on this occasion, through this mindset, to think and understand that you are separate from the other seers. So you can say, like, in a very human way, in a very physical way, God is the seeing, and we're all born as a seer from God's seeing. But the clue is, we have been given this body, eyes, to see. And we don't just see, we are seeing. You see? So what separation from God? Consciousness. You see, only the mirror exists, and God is reflecting itself. God is the mirror with billions and trillions and zillions, and the celestial gem with so many sides, you know, that gem, you know, planes of diamond cuts, you know. God is a mirror. And from its internal self, through the light of its own consciousness, infinite, boundless seers are born. But it's just infinite, boundless versions of seeing. Does this make sense? The mind is an added on app from God to say, okay, give them some flavors of what they are as individuals through an ego, but always never take away the flavor of I am connected to myself, God. I am is the connection to God. I is. That's why Christ says through me, I am is the way. So many out in this world, so many seers, they deny that I am, you see. They want the name, they want the story. I am John the scientist, I am Sally the organist, I am Simon the church minister, and I live in the church, or I live in a house, or I live in a mansion, and I work here and I work there, and I do this and I do that, and I have so many children, and I have so many ambitions, and I need and desire to be something more than what I am. More than what I am. Yeah. You see? You're not happy being God. You're not happy being a version of the seeing. I now announce myself as predominantly the seer. Seeing, just a pastime. Just a pastime. I've replaced the seeing with thinking. It's much more interesting, much more entertaining, much more much more than I am. I want to be much more than I am. But it's okay. You think you're going to be punished for wanting more? You think God says, okay, if you cannot see me for what I am, for that I am, then continue to be the seer. Continue to experience, continue to suffer, continue to die and be reborn. Continue to live in a samsara world of circular stuff, hoping and believing that the next one is going to be better. Or hoping and believing that you want the same one because this one's been great. I don't want to be worse. One life is all you need to transcend. One simple lifespan as a human being is all that is required to transcend the consciousness of God. You see the Bible, all these stories, all these narratives about if you're a good boy, you'll be in God's kingdom. It's true. But it's not a kingdom like the mind dreams and visualizes heaven. Oh my, beautiful angels and sex all everywhere, grapes and like the Romans, this is fantastic, this is wonderful, this is great. No illness, no death, no work, no nothing, you see. That's just an idea. It's just another human way of pacifying this ego. Pacifying the story, you see, the story of me, the story of me. No, I am me now. No, I am. No, I am. No. Me. But in reality, there's no time. So what you're experiencing now is what you'll always experience. You see? Whether it's a mental, constructed, ideological, conceptual thought, or whether it's peace, or whether it's a non-dual state, an enlightened state, a contented state, is that what you will always be in that moment? Because the moment is not in time. So when you have your last breath, that moment will continue to be the same moment. So be at peace, be contented, just surrender and let go. And you'll experience profound awakenings, enlightenment, joy, sat, chit, ananda, bliss, non-duality, duality, states of mind, meditation, non-meditation, practices, non-practices, methods, non-methods, and you'll just be like everyone else. There's no one different, you see. You don't, when you, I used to think, before the state of enlightenment, was at its peak. I used to think prior to that I was just here, and so many people were in different places, on the map. That's the king, that's the successful businessman, that's the entrepreneur, that's the scientist, that's the lawyer, that's the joiner, that's the laborer, that's the cleaner, and that's me at the bottom. What nonsense. Enlightenment just says whatever you are is whatever you are. Your mind will make a story out of I am. And the story, it 100% dies. So you'll not continue to be the name, the person, the father, the husband, the wife, the cleaner, the solicitor, the lawyer, the king. Unless you wish for that on your last breath. I like to come back as another cleaner. I like my cleaning role, you see. Rebirth, cleaning spaceships, cleaning aliens' ears. I'm kidding. I is kidding. Who is I am? You see, it's not a game. It's not just somebody here making money. I don't see any money. Or someone actually trying to say, wow, you're going to have so much peace and tranquility for the rest of your life. Enlightenment will bring you that peak, that opportunity to talk to God within. And everything will be revealed in one moment. In one moment, I is free from the story, from the me. I simply am, as I am, as one is, as God is, as it truly is.